David, wake up.
So that is a fabulous question. And I would start with putting you at the center of the equation. So I would ask, what's most important to you? Are you doing this to create wealth? Are you doing this to have social impact? And some people are doing it for both. So I'll talk with you about scaling what is most important to you.
I'm here at the National Franchise Show to helping you guys get some real advice from the experts on how to access capital, how to start your business, how to start your own franchise. Come right in. I'm here with
Shane Lee with Signorama.
And what line of business are you guys in?
So we're the world's largest sign and graphics franchise. So we're a B2B business that essentially sells signs to other businesses, all different types of signage.
And how do you guys get your partnership? I know you guys are really big on, big time corporations. How you guys get your partnership?
Yeah, so we do a lot of marketing, digital marketing, social media, things like that. But I think the biggest thing for us is just the brand recognition. We've been around for 40 years. We're in 30 countries worldwide, so a lot of big companies have dealt with some of our locations over the years. So relying on that sort of brand recognition has been helpful for us.
Why should somebody be a franchise owner with you guys?
Well, the signage industry is a great industry. It's a $50 billion a year industry, and we're the leading franchise in the industry. We've got 750 locations worldwide, and it's a very profitable business.
And my $1 million question is, how do people get access to capital if they don't have no money?
So we've got great financing programs. Typically, we can finance up to 80% of the total investment. So we've got a few different sources we can use. So we do offer, again, up to 80% financing typically.
What are the criteria for financing?
So we'll look at the profile, right? Look at assets and things like that. But we've got an in-house finance team that'll actually work with the candidate and get them pre-approved and things like that.
My last question is, what made you get into this type of business?
So for me, it's actually a family business. So my uncle started Signorama back in 1986. So I was kind of born into it. So I've got 2 brothers and 3 cousins. We all work in the business full time. So yeah, it's family business.
All right. Thank you. Hello guys, what's going on? I'm with
Christina.
What's your role in this franchise?
I'm a franchise development manager, so I mean franchise development.
Somebody wants to go into franchising like this. Well, what is the first step?
Some people go with a consultant or broker system where they will present them multiple different franchise companies and which suits them best. They'll guide them to where they need to go. Or they can go online and look for franchising companies, and then they would speak with me if they come across me.
To get in for especially for franchise.
Capital, liquid capital, our age, their background, like certain questions that need to.
For your franchise, what are the type of people that you're looking for? Is it in terms of they have the money, or is it you guys are looking for specific people?
We'll work with you to help you get the money in some cases, but the people that we're looking for are eager, hungry, driven, owner-operators. It's not assuming absenteeism. So we're really looking for someone who likes to get their hands dirty, build teams, leadership, business-oriented, sales-oriented, and just put the work in. You work hard, it pays out in the long run.
That's your franchise management. The ones that have done well in franchising, what do they do like?
They sell. They go out there and they don't just focus on digital leads. They network. They go to trade shows. They're posting organic content. They're selling their business.
And I'm here with
Rich Schroeder from Franchise.
Okay, cool. And what line of business are you in?
I am a franchise consultant. I provide a free consulting service to help people find the ideal franchise match.
Okay, and what are you looking for in a franchise owner? Because not everybody can be a franchise owner. What are you looking for?
So of the people that I work with, about half of them move forward with something that I showed them and half do not. So it has to be the right business in the right fit for you. So the main characteristics that I'm looking for are what the franchisors are looking for. They normally look for for good people skills, good work ethic, willingness to follow a proven system. So that would be three of the top criteria. That would be a sign that franchising may be right for you.
Right. And for people that are looking for franchise, what should they look for? Should they look for something that they're good at or something that will make them move?
So that is a fabulous question. And I would start with putting you at the center of the equation. So I would ask, what's most important to you? Are you doing this to create wealth? Are you doing this to have social impact? And some people are doing it for both. So I'll talk with you about scaling what is most important to you. For example, you may come to me and you may say, 75% wealth creation. I want to create wealth, but it may be 20% about creating a legacy and having good social impact. And then part of it, the remaining part may be freedom and flexibility, taking control. So I get to know you first, and then I'm going to show you businesses that match up best.
And when you're managing maybe a future franchisee, what type of negotiation tactics do you use to negotiate for that person to get that franchise?
So I am not a franchise attorney. So one thing that I want to do is make sure that all of my candidates work with a very good, experienced franchise attorney. The main tip would make sure that you hire an attorney that has significant franchising experience. So I'm going to teach you how to, at a high level, review a franchise disclosure document and point out what the important items are to start with. But then we're also going to send you to an expert who will help negotiate the franchise agreement for you.
One of my last questions is, how do you access capital if you don't have any money? What do you do?
So, well, my first tip on investment level in accessing capital is do not invest more than 40% of your net worth. So if you have $100,000 net worth, don't invest more than $40,000. If you have $1 million net worth, do not invest more than $400,000. The primary reason for business failure is undercapitalization. So even if you can get a loan, and I help people secure financing, but you still don't want to go over that threshold because you're creating too much risk because it's still a liability, it's still your debt, right? So sometimes the right path is to save money, right? And save up, and then when you're ready, let's say you have $40,000 to invest, or you can get a loan for $40,000 net worth of $100,000. That would be the right time. Better to be a little fiscally prudent and make sure that you do. Okay? So, and I will mention, though, my services are free to you. So, because the franchisors are the ones who pay fran choice if and when you become an owner for them. So if anybody is interested in reaching out, I'm at 443-977-8550. My name is Britt Schroeder from Fran Choice. Thank you for stopping. I appreciate it. Okay, take care. Bye.
With Matt Freitzer.
And what line of business are you in?
I'm a franchise attorney.
Why would somebody need a franchise attorney?
So for a couple reasons, let's say you want to buy a franchise and you're thinking about what's it going to take for me to get into this thing? Like, what do I need to know about it? A franchise attorney can help to analyze like a contract, help you understand what the contract is, what you're getting into before you sign it, that kind of thing. Or if somebody's looking at creating a franchise out of their business, let's say they have a really successful restaurant and they want to make it a franchise attorney can help them do that.
Okay. And how can somebody access capital for a new franchise?
So there are lots of different ways people do that. Sometimes they'll do small business association loans, SBA loans. Sometimes they'll talk to companies. There are some companies here that do lending. Sometimes people can tap their 401ks, which I don't recommend, but it is possible. So different ways like that.
And let's say all those options don't work. What is another option somebody could do? Maybe the credit is bad and they have money. What can they do?
Usually in that kind of situation, sometimes franchisors will offer financing. Some of them will help a franchisee find capital themselves. Or there's always friends and family. So you're asking loved ones or friends to invest.
My last question is, how much does it cost to get a franchise attorney like you?
So we usually for reviewing an agreement and helping somebody understand what it's going to look like what they're getting into. We'll usually charge flat fees to do that, and that's going to be somewhere between $2,000 and $3,500 a flat fee.
Thank you. You got good advice.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I'm here with Mike Martinez, Director of Franchising for Spartan Floor Coatings.
On what line of business are you in?
Franchising, we do specifically floor coatings for concrete surfaces.
One of my best questions to ask is, how do you access capital when you got no money? Or when you have bad credit as well, too?
You start a cash flow business, right? This is a cash flow business. We started this on a $1,000 credit line. Basically cash flowed the rest of it every week after, until we hit our stride, our flagship location doing around $300,000 a month in volume.
Wow. That's amazing. I never heard that type of answer before.
Otherwise, lending partners that we work with.
What type of franchise owner are you looking for? Are you just taking anybody, or they have to have the capital, or what type of business owner are you looking for?
Yeah, good question. They have to have a great financial profile, right? What we look for is 715 and above credit score, and at least 6 figures liquid.
What if they are 680 credit score? Would you guys still consider, or has you guys are very strict?
I mean, at that point, it's up to how your finances are managed, right? What's your debt to income ratio like? Are you in delinquency on credit cards, on your mortgage, right? If you're in good standing with all those, but your credit took a hit, likely you'll be approved for, a certain amount, maybe not the full amount, but we can help you source the rest.
Any last advice for a franchise or a future franchise owner?
Yeah, I mean, don't make this decision lightly. This is a long-term relationship, right? Find the fit for you. Make sure that what you're getting into is something that you can do, right? Or at least that you can learn how to do. And so, I mean, I think a big mistake people make in franchising is they see it as easy money. This stuff's hard, right? It's a ready-made business model that you step into, but you're bleeding, sweating, trying, right, to make that business happen. The idea is financial freedom. So when you get to that point, it's because you put in the work. And with us, what you want to get out of it is what you're going to put in, right? And that's like anything else. So that's my piece of advice.
In the beginning, as a franchise owner, you have to put in that work, and then when that money start kicking in, then you could take a back seat a little bit.
Absolutely. I mean, the idea for any of these is to scale, right? No one's going to care as much as you do about your business year one. You just can't make them care, right? You can't pay them enough to care because it's your business. You're the one making it happen. So, year one, ton of work, right? Scale up. You're taking a step back each time, right? As you add more members to your team, as you increase your bottom line, you're experiencing that financial freedom that you sought after, right? But it's an uphill battle, no matter what you choose.
Thank you. You got great advice.
Thank you very much.
And what line of business are you in?
So we're in the business of helping people fund their businesses.
All right, cool. And what's the best way to access capital, you think?
Well, there's a couple different ways. There's debt funding, which is through a loan, like an SBA loan or a non-SBA loan. And then there is also the equity funding, which would be using retirement assets. So instead of investing in the stock market, where the funds are currently invested, people would take retirement dollars and they would invest it by buying stock in a privately held company. Guess whose company? Your company. And that way the money would be used for their company and not have to pay tax, not have to pay penalties, and it would be debt-free funding.
Well, how do you qualify for that? Something like
Well, if somebody's got retirement assets that are either in a traditional IRA or a 401k from a previous employer, there's also other programs like a TSP, Thrift Savings Plan, SEP IRA, pensions, anything that is a qualified retirement plan that is pre-taxed. And as long as it's pre-taxed, it's your money. And now, what's not eligible is Roth money, like a Roth 401k, Roth IRA, or an inherited IRA, or money from a current employer. That would not be eligible.
And how much does credit matter in getting funding?
Well, when you're talking about an SBA loan, credit is very important. Credit scores need to be 685 or higher. And what the bank's looking for too is they want a clean credit report. They don't want people to have late payments. If there's late payments, derogatories, collections, those need to be removed before we introduce them to the bank.
So what if somebody does have a bad credit, but they're a really good candidate to be a franchise owner? How should they go about it?
So what they need to do is they need to repair their credit. I have a company that I recommend. So I just tell people, let me know. I will refer them to the company. They will help them repair their credit. It's a requirement from SBA that credit scores need to be 685 or higher. So maybe the timing isn't right now. But I had a guy who it took him about a year and a half to get it right. And he's in business today. So, if there is a will, there's a way. And if the desire is bigger than the obstacle, you'll find a way to do it. You just got to keep your eyes on the prize and stay focused.
And is franchising for everybody, or are you guys looking for specific people when it comes to franchising?
Well, franchising is a system. And if you want to be a wild horse, a wild stallion, maybe franchising isn't right for you because you're going to want to do things your way. In franchising, you've got to be able to follow a system because the most successful people are the ones who follow a system. So if you don't like following a system, franchising isn't right for you.
All right, thank you. We got good advice.
You got it?
Yes, sir. Cool. And what line of business are you in?
We're in the basketball training facility business. So,
Cool. What made you get in this type of business?
number one, I just love kids, love people, enjoy the game of basketball. So that's what got me into it.
Cool. Would you say that this is really good for people that played professionally and retired and should do something like this? Because I know a guy that has retired and done something like this and he's doing well.
Yeah, certainly a possibility. I think number one is for people who really enjoy the sport, but more importantly, love people. We're in the people business at the end of the day.
Okay. And what type of franchise owners are you looking for? Because I know you're not going to take anybody. What type of franchise people are you looking for?
Yeah, who are coachable, and we got to find some go-getters for sure.
Okay. What makes you guys different from other franchise businesses when it comes to basketball?
Yeah, so unlike most basketball facilities that only do one or two things, for instance, they may only do basketball teams, they only do leagues, they only do tournaments. We do it all. We host tournaments, we have tournament teams, we run leagues, run camps, private lessons. We do it all A to Z for basketball for sure.
Cool. I know you guys have an AAU team as well too, and so forth. How is that? 'Cause I know AAU season is just started.
Yeah, AAU is live and jumping for sure. We have 46 teams.
Wow.
We just had our Drayden Moss, shout out to her. She just signed with. I'm sorry, I can't say what she signed with yet. I'm sorry, she didn't make the official announcement yet.
But behind the scenes.
Yeah, she's got a few offers, so shout out to her. So she's doing her thing. Got a couple other kids that are doing really great as well.
So you guys are based out of?
We're based out of Houston, Texas.
What other locations you guys have?
Right now, both of our locations are here in Texas area.
Okay. Any other advice for future entrepreneurs, future franchisee owners, and some basketball advice as well too?
Yeah, I think ultimately, find what you love and call it work. Just find what you like to do, enjoy it, and enjoy what you're doing for sure.
Sure, you got great advice. Yes, sir. I just came out the franchise show. It was amazing. I had great interview, great advice. Right, so make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, share, and some more content coming soon. All right, peace.